September 1991, in the rank of second lieutenant, with seniority in the same rank, effective 21st September 1986. I'm of the Infantry Corps, and I've attended several courses, including Young Officers Course Infantry, Junior Staff Course, Senior Course, Defense and Strategic Course at Champing, China, and the Combined Joint Land Company Commanders Task Force Course, Army War College, USA, amongst others. I have a Bachelor of Science degree in Chemistry from the Nigerian Defense Academy, a Diploma in Defense and Strategic Studies, an Advanced Diploma in Security Management, and a Master's in Military Science from the National Defense University and UNILAG. I am a member of the Nigerian Institute of Management and Fellow of Disaster Management and Safety. I've earned my promotion as at when due. I thank God Almighty for that. I was promoted to the enviable rank of Major General on 21st September 2018. In due course of my illustrious career so far, I have held several command, staff, and instructional appointments, which include Platoon Commander, Adjutant, Intelligence Officer, Admin Officer, Company 2IC, Battalion Second in Command, Commanding Officer at battalion level, as well as Staff Officer. I was Deputy Chief of Staff and Chief of Staff at formation level. I was also an instructor infantry rep at headquarters Nigerian Army Armor School in Bauchi. I was also one-time assistant director and director at Army headquarters. I pioneer executive director of Nigerian Army Farms and Ranches, Commandant Depot Nigerian Army, Commander Sector 3 Operation Fiadoli, Senior Resource Fellow at Nigerian Army Resource Center, and Theater Commander at Operation Hadinkai Joint Task Force in Maiduguri, among others. I was the Commander Infantry Corps at Headquarters Infantry Corps Center before my appointment as the Chief of Defense Staff. In recognition of my meritorious service, absolute dedication to the nation, I was bestowed with several honors and medals. These include Officer of the Order of the Federal Republic, just recently, the Chief of Army Staff Commendation Award, Grand Service Star, Fellow National Defense College, China, Field Command Medal of Honor, Corps Medal of Honor, United Nations Mission in Sierra Leone, Multinational Joint Task Force Medal, and General Operations Medal, among other medals and awards. I am also a recipient of the prestigious Nigerian Army Medal, which is the highest award given to a Nigerian Army officer who has exhibited exemplary dedication to the service of the nation. Sir, for details of my career progression, kindly refer to my curriculum vitae, which has been handed over. I am married and blessed with 4 children. My hobbies include reading, traveling, playing basketball, listening to music, and most importantly, service to humanity. My leadership concept. The realization of the critical responsibility of the Chief of Defense elicits a clear leadership concept which will serve as the roadmap supporting the implementation of relevant guiding principles for the armed forces of Nigeria. The significance of this roadmap is to foster a highly disciplined, cohesive, and inspired armed forces of Nigeria ready to achieve its constitutional roles, facilitate national security, and enhance sustainable socio-economic development in the country. In this regard, the broad outline of my leadership concept shall be to nurture a professional armed forces of Nigeria that is people-centric, capable of meeting its constitutional responsibility in a joint and collaborative environment. We are aware that the challenges we are facing cannot be handled by one person or one service. It's a joint effort. Accordingly, my leadership concept will be hinged on 3 pillars, which include being people-centric. The people must believe that we're there for them. Prioritizing troops' welfare, which is critical because a happy soldier or a happy airman or a happy seaman will give you the best, while deepening jointness and interagency cooperation. We're all Nigerians, and everybody has a role to play, including the citizenry. People-centric. I recognize the significance of leading thousands of devoted and distinguished servicemen and women to provide a secure and peaceful environment for the Nigerian people to freely engage in their legitimate enterprise in line with the constitutional mandates of the Armed Forces of Nigeria. In this regard, the Armed Forces under my leadership will be people-centric by prioritizing and safeguarding our people and their legitimate way of life as prescribed by the Nigerian Constitution. Accordingly, the Armed Forces of Nigeria will apply the lens of people-centricity to key components of activities to truly put the Nigerian people in the center of its actions, geared towards promoting and safeguarding a secure environment for all. To achieve this, the armed forces of Nigeria will defend our territorial integrity and democracy, as well as safeguard internal security and unity to achieve the stability required to guarantee sustainable national development. What about prioritizing troops' welfare? Troops' welfare and sound administration will provide the required atmosphere for the armed forces to deliver on its constitutional responsibility. First, the armed forces will continue to seek ways and means to improve the welfare of the personnel under my watch. In this regard, servicemen and women of the armed forces should be reassured of my commitment to their welfare, provision of relevant operational equipment, as well as infrastructural development within available resources to enable them to succeed in assigned constitutional roles. The goal will be to promote targeted and specific capacity building, sound administration, and efficient resource management, among others, to enhance both individual and collective welfare of the armed forces of Nigeria personnel. I shall also promote international military cooperation, collaboration to further expose and provide capacity building to personnel in joint and combined operations outside the shores of Nigeria. This measure is required to consolidate on the armed forces of Nigeria welfare priorities in order to effectively deploy, fight, and win our nation's wars by providing ready, prompt, and sustained land, sea, and air dominance by the armed forces across traditional as well as asymmetric conflict setting as part of a joint force. Deepening jointness. Joint operation, which is designed to exploit unity of efforts to seize, retain, and maintain the initiative in order to achieve a clearly defined military objective, is crucial to the realization of the armed forces of Nigeria constitutional duties. I shall therefore deepen jointness and prioritize decision-making through a shared process of active contribution and consultation across a wide spectrum of our security architecture. This is geared towards ensuring that the armed forces is capable of promoting, identifying, and addressing emerging operational challenges with appropriate methods and capabilities in a timely and efficient manner. In this regard, I shall promote trust, initiative, judgment, and creativity among the various services and maintain a channel for proactive engagement in all our interactions. With regard to other security forces, I shall build bridges by revitalizing communication channels while deepening synergy in planning and execution of operation within a well-coordinated, joint, and multi-agency environment. The contemporary of security challenges within the armed forces and other security services are currently confronting calls for a more concise approach towards mitigating the issues. In view of this, I am committed to ensuring a conducive and secure environment for the protection of lives and properties for socio-economic activities to thrive. To ensure this, the armed forces under my leadership is poised to fulfilling its constitutional roles in order to defend Nigeria's sovereignty against internal and external aggression. I present myself as a candidate for the Chief of Defense Staff. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. To be here this morning in this revered Green Chamber as the nominee of Mr. President for the position of the Chief of Army Staff of the Nigerian Army. I'm truly grateful for the generous reception that the nominee of the President as the Chief of Defense Staff and I have enjoyed since we arrived for this screening this morning. As done last Thursday, during our confirmation hearing by the Senate, I wish to thank His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Grand Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, for finding me worthy of this nomination. I'm also grateful to the officers and soldiers of the Nigerian Army and the larger Nigerian society for the goodwill they have extended to me and my family since I was nominated as the 23rd Chief of Army Staff. I consider my nomination as a call to higher responsibilities, and I'm determined not to betray the trust and confidence reposed in me. As I mentioned during my confirmation hearing at the Senate last Thursday, it is an open secret that our country has faced a challenging security environment in the past 2 decades, which has impacted adversely on our socio-economic and political lives. The episodic crises of the past have now become enduring, thereby making governance and the rule of law more challenging for successive administrations. Today's painful reality is that insecurity has distorted our developmental plans and aspirations of a strong, prosperous, globally competitive, and influential nation. Never in the recent past is the requirement for proactive, adaptive, and inclusive leadership more needed than Nigeria's security environment of today. These requirements are what I intend to meet as the Chief of Army Staff, if confirmed by the Green Chamber. I'm mindful that the Nigerian Army I'm being screened to lead is a crucial component of our military instrument of national power. It is not only the largest, but also the most complex, most geographically spread, most sought after during crisis, and often most misunderstood. I believe that for the Nigerian Army to grapple with the demands of the contemporary security environment, it must consistently transform to be a step ahead of its time. For this reason, I conceptualize my philosophy of command as to transform the Nigerian Army into a well-trained, equipped, and highly motivated force toward achieving our constitutional responsibilities within a joint environment. I intend to partner with the National Assembly and other stakeholders in achieving this command philosophy. Therefore, under my leadership, the Nigerian Army shall work harmoniously with all organs of government to ensure our territories are secured and lives and properties are not threatened. Distinguished leader of the House and members of this committee, now to properly introduce myself, I am Major General Taoreed Abiodun Lagbaja. I was born on the 28th of February 1968, and I hail from Ilobu in the Irepodu local government area of Osun State. I was admitted into the Nigerian Defense Academy on 12 September 1987 as a member of the 39 regular course. I got commissioned on the 19th September 1992 into the Corps of Infantry. I've earned my promotion through the rank as and when due, and I've held instructional, command, and staff appointments in my sojourn in the Nigerian Army. I'm Special Forces qualified, amphibious, and advanced airborne training. I've commanded the Special Forces Battalion twice. I've commanded 2 separate brigades, the 9th Brigade in Lagos and 2 brigades in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. I've commanded 2 separate divisions. I was a general officer commanding 82 divisions between 2021 and 2022, and the general officer commanding 1 division in Kaduna between 2022 and 2023. I was a former director of operations at the Army headquarters, and most recently, the Chief of Operations Army. I've had stints in training institutions as an instructor at the Nigerian Defense Academy and a member of the directing staff at the prestigious Armed Forces Command and Staff College. I'm a proud holder of the Bachelor of Science degree in Geography from the Nigerian Defense Academy and a Master's of Strategic Studies from the United States Army War College. I'm happily married to Mrs. Maria Abiodun Lagbaja and blessed with 2 children. In closing, distinguished parliamentarian, I consider my nomination as the Chief of Army Staff a privileged opportunity to bring about more positive changes to the Nigerian Army to enable it to function optimally in line with the dictates of our Constitution. Thus, if confirmed by this distinguished House and given the mandate to lead the Nigerian Army during this period, I shall do my best to justify the confidence reposed in me by Mr. President, the National Assembly, and the generality of Nigerians. I must place it on record that the Nigerian Army feels at home with statesmen who understand statecraft and know the place of military as an instrument of national power. Undoubtedly, Nigeria is fortunate to have this category of men and women in this 10th Assembly. Distinguished leader of the House, members of this committee, if confirmed by this honorable House, I pledge to work harmoniously with the 10th Assembly to discharge my mandate as the Chief of Army Staff. I hereby present myself for screening and subsequent confirmation by this revert committee. Thank you very much, sir.